students, teachers, other staff members, administration, school board, parents, and community. All of these individuals, components if you will, have helped me with the development of my portfolio. It is my wish that this description of my building leadership practicum will set me apart from other prospective or future administrators. I believe that my experiences this year and in the years past will help me to achieve my goal as being a school administrator. My name is Stan Avey. I am married to my wife Shelley and have 2 children. I have been involved in education for 26 years. My teaching duties have included health and physical education, adapted physical education, elementary counselor, junior high social studies, and driver's education. I am presently coaching football, basketball, track, as well as serving on various committees. I also serve as the district's athletic director. I believe these experiences have enabled me to have a grasp of what goes on in a typical school setting, but knowing that every situation is unique. I believe that learning is an ongoing process, and the real knowledge may lie in not necessarily knowing the information, but in fact where to get it. When I thought of my statement of philosophy, I began to think about the ISLIC standards. These standards have helped formulate my philosophy and have a better professional understanding with the issues surrounding education and what it takes to be an effective school leader. I believe in respect, shared decision making, and being on the cutting edge of education. My description of the major objective has to do surrounding parent involvement. Parent involvement is a goal of mine following a title audit that our school went through a couple years ago. I also feel that parents play an extremely important role as their child's first teachers. Their support for their children and for the school is critical to their children's success every step along the way. This is a link to the Otis Bison Parent Involvement Policy. Following are the activities in which I participated in while in the practicum. Special thanks go to Superintendent Milt Doherty and Principal Mark Goodhart. In 2010, our school went through a tragic death of a student. I was responsible for activating our school's crisis plan and contacting our service center for the following Monday. Helping the classroom teachers every Wednesday with afternoon recess has been an interesting but very educational experience. I've done everything from making sure the playground is safe, conflict resolution, and administering first aid. Being elementary counselor and former head teacher, I have had experience in student discipline. Most of the issues are minor, such as students not getting along with each other. I have, however, been involved in implementing the school's discipline plan. I am currently serving on our school's site council, PTA, which meets every other month. The Otis Bison Site Council is very proactive in its mission. I had the opportunity to assist in our school's after-school program. This was very helpful to me since I got to work with children with their academics and obtaining first-hand experience of how such a program is administered. Accelerated reading is a supplemental program used at Otis Bison Elementary. As testing coordinator, I used the STAR assessment scores when working with data. A goal of mine is to better use the scores for instruction. The first ever Otis Bison Family Reading Night was held in our elementary school. We had a small turnout, but a lot of great activities. A family math night is in the works for the spring. I had the opportunity to observe and interview our speech language specialist, Mrs. Nikki Jeffries. It was amazing what she accomplished in her 25 minutes. In the fall is our annual K6 Stack-Up, in which I organize. Staff and high school teachers help run this event. I had the privilege to do a walkthrough observation in a combined 2nd and 3rd grade classroom. Former administrator Mrs. Valerie Vesprot gave me great insight into what to look for when doing this type of observation. A preschool was started this year at our elementary school. Students have a choice to attend half or whole day. Some attend all 5 days of the week, while some attend less. These kids are very energetic. As a chairman of the PDC Council, I, along with the superintendent of schools, plan the agenda for our fall in-service. I presented an update on Common Core standards, state assessments and data, and led discussion in the afternoon over our family reading night. An iPad initiative was started in our schools this year. Our 6th through 12 students were each given iPads to be used in the school. I attended and assisted with the iPad parent meeting where policy was discussed. The following day, there was an iPad kickoff for the students where expectations and iPad use was discussed. Red Ribbon Week is held annually in our K-12 schools. A theme of the day is held daily, and a K-12 balloon launch is held at the end of the week. High school students are paired up with elementary students, and they walk to the football field together. We also held Character Counts Week in conjunction with Red Ribbon Week. I have been district test coordinator for our district for several years. This includes being responsible for both elementary and high school and making sure both buildings are set up for state assessments. This is a short video regarding USD 403 AYP. I had the privilege of interviewing as well as working with the high school counselor. The high school counselor has many duties. I got to see the many hats that she wears. I often work with the high school secretary basically by sharing athletic administration duties. I got to see firsthand the many duties that she performs. Being athletic director, I received much experience in activities administration. Many hours were spent in the fall, such as game day preparation and communicating with the main office and community. Also, by being athletic director, many hours were spent supervising students and monitoring fans at home and away games. A community activity that I participate in is serving on the Albert City Council. With this, I get to communicate the school needs with the city of Albert. I spent a year as the local consolidated program coordinator during the 2010 school year. This position also included being the Title I coordinator for Otis Bison Elementary. Reports were submitted to the state as well as a district office. I received my data quality certification in 2009. I recertify every year. The purpose of this certification is to better improve data quality in our district and reduce the chances of inaccurate data. I attended October's Board of Education meeting. I experienced the importance of staying informed as a staff member and taxpayer. It's also important that the Board of Education stay informed of all schools' activities. I have served on the Professional Developmental Council for 2 years. I am serving as PDC chair this year. Much time is spent on planning and implementing the district's professional development plan. I attended the district's transportation meeting in October. This includes the administration, bus drivers, and bus mechanic. As athletic director, I was able to answer any concerns they had or that the bus drivers had had. I also teach first aid and CPR to them yearly. The exploration stage of my summary reflection stage states my excitement of the practicum. I'm looking forward in learning about the duties of the school administrator. I have been fortunate, however, in several years to obtain administration experience such as test coordinator, QPA chair, head teacher, and athletic director. Again, although I witnessed the school administrator wear many hats, I realize more fully what it's like to be a K-12 principal. This is stated in my explanation stage of my summary reflection. You have to be able to change gears at a moment's notice by dealing with the high school senior one minute and the next minute handling a discipline issue with a first grade student. It is important to delegate the many responsibilities in developing school leaders. In the conjecture stage, I spent time working on the parent involvement policy. My mission is to find creative ways to get more parent involvement in the Otis Bison school family. It seems the same ones either volunteer or serve on side councils. In the analysis stage, this practicum has been very beneficial. I've witnessed the school principal being responsible for many things, especially in a K-12 setting. With this practicum, I've been able to experience those challenges. A school administrator does indeed wear many hats. In the synthesis stage, I've been affected by several issues. First, in the area of diversity. We used to be a district by one race. That is now changing. We have more families at the poverty level. We cannot continue to teach the same way we did 15, even 10 years ago. We will need to continue to look at assessments differently, now with the approaching Common Core standards. Finally, the use of technology has been a big push in our district. Our staff will need to be trained on how to better instruct our students in the digital age. The next several slides contain my bibliography. I believe that a school administrator must keep up with the present and future educational issues. This is my summative evaluation form. This ends my presentation. Thank you.